No amount of fame or money can make me happier. Our job here is to wake people up. You are not a victim. You can just be poor if you want to, because at the end of the day, you have a choice.
When was the time that you realized that you had a choice?
I have the most blessed growing up years. I felt I was not smart enough. I did not know I was suffering anxiety. I did not know I was suffering depression. Every night I pray, Alec, Lord, kunin mo na ako. I did not know why. You need to start appreciating the things that you build and believe that when you let it go, something you will emerge. I realized that a mentor can change the course of your life.
Hey guys, welcome back to Small Talk, Small Conversations with Huge Impact. My name is Alec Cuenca and I'm your host. And again, thank you so much for always supporting the podcast, the show. Sa lahat na nag-share, nagko-comment sa Spotify, sa Instagram, even sa YouTube. Highly, highly appreciate you guys. And I'm super excited. You probably click on this episode or na may nag-share sa inyo nito or may nag-forward sa inyo nito. Because the person that I am sitting across right now is a person na, again, if you listen to our other podcast, it's the same introduction that I give every time, but this person has changed my life. When I met this person, it was rock bottom for me. And now that we have a very great creative agency, like all the lessons, all the wisdom, this is something that we continually pass on to this. So I promise you guys, if there's any podcast that you would listen to, this would be the episode. And I'm just really excited to share, to finally bring to you guys another amazing episode with the one and only Coach Russ. Coach Russ, welcome to the show
Thank
again.
you. I've been waiting for this moment, Alec, and extremely grateful to be here
Yeah.
in front of you, be in conversation. My
Yeah.
God, long time ago we were together almost every day, and I don't know what happened. Life happens,
Yeah.
and yeah, here we are. And thank you for having me again.
No, thank you, Coach. But kanina habang di pa tayo nagsisimula, you were a little bit emotional. Can you share
Ano
like
payak?
what was
um,
going through your mind, Coach?
I think on my way here, um, somebody posted that 4 years ago, exactly today, it was the first time we met. He was only 17 and now he's 21. Um, his growth has been leaps and bounds, and the inspiration of what is possible is really an evidence of the type of work that we do. Um, the emotion that showed up when you prayed really starts to understand that no amount of fame or money can make me happier, but the evidence of the lives has changed because of the type of work that I do.
Yeah.
Um, Before, we just hug, we just cry, we're happy, but most of you are broke.
Yes. Yes.
But right now, this is an evidence of what's possible.
Yeah.
And you just mentioned it was your rock bottom. Your finances was not really
Yeah.
going the way you wanted. When I parked downstairs, you made it, man.
What a
You just can't
journey.
imagine the emotion I'm feeling right now simply because whatever you guys did with me is what you're doing to other people who's here. I see a lot of young people. I see the vibe. I see the energy. I see the flow. But what made it is when you led the prayer before we started.
Yeah. Like people, when they see the work that you're doing, they might think that it's just workshops or seminars, but honestly, Coach, isa sa mga nangyari sa akin is I built, I can say that my relationship with God started when I attended one of your workshops, which was Discovery. And the main fact was that all of my burdens, all of my limiting beliefs, dun siya nag-start, parang binasag mo talaga. That allowed me to see na, oh my gosh, like, if I can only have one thing in this world, which is my solid faith, like everything would be okay. Yeah, yung prayer kanina din, coach, talaga. It was that. It was that.
Nice. And what a beautiful experience. You led the prayer. You allowed everyone in the team to start believing what is possible.
Yeah.
Again, I'm not religious. I don't practice any particular religion, but all I know right now in my life at 54, um, all the blessings is just overflowing like crazy simply because of the connection I have with the source
Yeah.
and completely talking about it, not preaching about it, but
Mm.
making my life as an example of what's possible
Mm.
if you just start making your faith work as your priority.
Yeah.
Maybe some people don't want to hear the faith work. Some of the people who bashes my work, as they call me, culto, new age, doesn't matter. I mean, seriously, it's just allowing myself to be in a certain degree of connection to my source, to my God.
Yeah.
And a lot of times I call it the frequency work, which means if I am in full alignment of the frequency, of the vibe, of the consciousness, of the energy of my creator, all of these things shall be added unto you
Mm.
without even working so hard, without even strategizing it. Literally, it falls on my lap, whatever blessings going on. And I think
Yeah.
it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
And a lot of things that I see, that I read right now, we're just sad that we are now the top one country, the riskiest country to visit. Can you imagine that?
Mm.
Um, and it's something that I still want to spread an awareness that in the end, dakilang lahi,
Mm.
pinagpala ng Diyos. The fact that I believe we're the most religious country in the world,
Yeah.
but how come it doesn't match our results? And that's scary.
Yeah.
What's really going on?
Yeah. And coach, what do you think are like the top parang reasons why hindi siya nagma-match?
I think culturally, we were, um, you know, colonized by Spain
Yeah.
for 300 years. And I don't know if you remember in grade school, we were aliping sa gigilid,
Mm.
aliping mamamahay. So which means if 300 years up until now, the generation, the way we think is we're slaves. And
Mm.
therefore, if you're slaves, shut up, wait for your turn, don't raise your hand, don't disturb anyone,
Yeah.
wait for instruction. And that translates now to a mentality that I feel that makes a lot of people really having the life that they don't want. And I call it the victim mindset,
Mm.
which means the world happens to me and I'm a victim. I cannot do anything around it.
Yeah.
So if I start talk about you can be great, you can do this, and people will say you don't understand us, mahirap lang kami,
Yeah.
forever kaming mahirap. In the end, yes, that may be true. But here's the thing, that's not who you are.
Mm.
Who you are is a creation of a higher power, higher being, a creation of God.
Yeah.
And if there's one word about God, it's abundance. If there's one word about God, it's limitless. But how come we're not living the life of who we are as abundant, limitless being?
Yeah.
It's simply because it speaks a lot about how we think. And how we think is victim. I cannot do anything around it. And therefore, my job here, and perhaps you can help me, our job here is to wake people up. Stop. You are not a victim.
Yeah.
You can just be poor if you want to. We're going to wake you up because at the end of the day, you have a choice.
Mm.
And the choice, I certainly believe that in whatever way, shape, or form, if you're not having the life that you want, simply because you were a victim of your mindset,
Yeah.
now we're waking you up with this free podcast, free interview, free online education that you have a choice to make your life work as long as you start to embark on maybe a personal development
Mm.
that if you don't like where you are at, you can change it.
Yeah.
If you don't like how you look, you can change it.
Mm.
If you don't like your dress, you can change it. Hindi ka puno na kung saan ka naitanim, doon ka lang, no. You're
Yeah.
a human being, you have a choice, except maybe the past choice was a victim. But right now, I'm telling you, the new choice, if you want a change in your life, better health, more loving relationship, more money, the new choice right now is take personal responsibility, which means if my life is working well, congratulations, that's on you.
Yeah.
But if my life is not the way I want it, congratulations, that's on you.
Mm.
And therefore, if we shift Filipino mindset from being a victim to right now, you take personal responsibility in your life. It has nothing to do with the government, nothing to do with your parents, nothing to do with the school, nothing to do with how smart you are or how not good looking you are. But it has everything to do with the choice of you developing you so you can have great value in the marketplace. And if
Yeah.
money is what you want, then it's an exchange of value that
Mm.
you can create because you created the high value inside you.
Yeah. Okay. That's a lot. We have to unpack that. But before I go deeper, Coach, my question is for you: when was the time that you realized that you had a choice?
Wow. I think again, my background. Okay, I have the most blessed growing up years.
Hmm.
No, I was the only child in the school na hiwalay magulang. Okay, that is really a blessing for me. If I look at it now, I felt I was not smart enough. Pasang-awa, bagsak. I have to move from one school to another school just because my grades were not showing up how not smart I am. But here's the thing, no? I just felt among the siblings, talaga ang pangit ko, talagang ugly duckling, no?
Hmm.
So a lot of disadvantage that I feel a blessing right now, and I was stuck with, as something that I cannot imagine that I'll be successful in life. So at 21, Alec, I was proud that up until now that I feel blessed that up until now I realized that a mentor can change the course of your life.
Hmm.
And at that time, maybe 1992,
Okay.
you were not born yet. Hindi pa uso yung mentorship, but now I understand. Okay, the first boss I had was never a boss, was
Mm.
never a manager, but was a mentor. How do I know? He just told me, okay, so if you want this job, it was actually a promodizer, and I thought it was a janitor because it's cleaning, right?
Mm.
Said if you're gonna keep your job, okay, I want you to read this book, and that book was all about Think and Grow Rich.
Mm.
And that's where I found out that if I want to change my life, I need to embark on a journey called personal development.
Mhm.
So that means at that time, okay, I didn't like the way I looked, really huge.
Mm.
So I changed the way I look.
Yeah.
At that time, I cannot even speak English,
Yeah.
right? Now I can converse in English. At the time, a lot of things were not really working myself, but I started developing myself. I started growing myself. I started really seeing a different me
Mm.
for 15 years.
From 21 years old.
Yeah, all the way to, let's say, 35.
Okay. Yeah.
I got so successful from a promodizer. I
So
became a,
you ginamit mo lahat ng personal
oh,
development
you
mo.
bet. You bet. As in, I was addicted to it. I was engrossed around it that I am able to improve anything and everything. And I can safely say, no, in the people who I know in my environment, kumbaga, kung success lang, feeling ko ako na yung pinaka-successful.
Mm.
Kaso lang at age 35, it was a different ball game. It was 2 or 3 years that I did not know I was suffering anxiety. I
Mm.
did not know I was suffering depression. Every night I pray, Alec, na, Lord, kunin mo na ako. I did not know why. So, I did not understand what was going on for me. Na parang the higher I get, the more success I achieve, the more empty. And good thing around at age 35, my boss told me what's going on. I know
Mm.
you. This is not you. So I want you to sit in a 2-day course and
Mm.
I want you to realize who you are. And when I sat down in that course, initially I was so arrogant. What is this shit? But in the first 2 hours, I was sitting there. I was just crying like crazy.
Mm.
Transformation happens because now I understand my success was dependent on the external things, the personal development, but I was pushing so hard, not knowing that maybe as a little child, I had too
Mm.
much trauma that I carried.
Mm.
As a teenager, I had so much trauma that I pretended to be okay, but I was never okay.
Mm.
I have to show a face wherein perfect. And I was addicted to love me, approve of me. I have money. We can do all of these things. I was buying companions. I never had
Mm.
friends. Um, the relationship I built was so superficial. And that allowed me to wake up and say, great, you've done a good job in personal development. But right now, what's missing is something for you to start working on and start clearing your heart.
Mm.
So what is missing in the personal development at the time for me was a clear heart set.
Yeah.
So that's where I started to start healing my inner child,
Okay.
nurturing that inner child, being in a relationship with the inner child. That when I started to just allow myself to hear what was going on,
Mm-hmm.
that allowed me to create a freedom. So can you imagine? I left my full-time job that was giving me all this success just to heal myself. And I also understand it's not only growth mindset, it's not only clear heart set, but now I understand that is why I was also feeling so unfulfilled because I did not take care of my health. At that
Mm.
time, I was at what, 40-inch waistline. I got 240 plus
What?
pounds. And every time I look at the mirror, parang no amount of money. Ang pangit talaga. So I understand that I needed to start looking into also taking care of my health.
Yeah.
It's the health set.
Yeah.
So that was the real transformation that I understand at age 35.
Mm.
So it started to make a great life that I was fulfilled. I was happy every day.
Yeah.
And that was like what, 3 years? And then suddenly there's an emptiness again.
Mm. Another
Why?
one.
Because I was fulfilled, but I was broke.
Oh, okay.
So now I needed to understand that passion,
Yeah.
purpose is also good when you have a lot of money.
Mm. So if I'm getting this correctly, coach, you practice personal development, you take care of your mindset.
Yeah,
Lahat inaral mo, inapply mo, and then you got the
yeah.
success. And then little bit of emptiness, you went to take care of your heart and then your health. But then it was still incomplete.
Simply because I want to be real. I want to be passionate about life. I want to feel fulfilled.
Yeah. And you were
And
already
I
helping people.
also want to have a lot of money. Remember, I gave up my full time job.
Ah, okay.
All I did was to coach, to train, to help people. I was very fulfilled. I was very happy. I was very excited. However, yeah, I want to fly business class. I want to drive a nice car. I also
Yeah.
want all of this stuff. Again, nothing wrong around it, except that maybe if you're mission driven, okay, there's also a guilt to earn from it.
Yeah, actually.
So again, I found my way to find out the missing link. Okay, and the missing link was actually a business set.
Mm.
So I need to put this out into action. So which is I have all the theories to learn about coaching. I have the experience to coach people. However, I don't have a real application.
Yeah.
So I said, okay, I want to go out and apply this. Hence, I applied this in Aquest,
Yeah.
right? And that shoot up everything in terms of my finances. And that was a real great deal.
Yeah.
However,
Yeah. Yeah naman. Okay,
this
go.
is the maybe the time that you missed in my journey.
Yeah.
So I have a clear growth mindset, it's ongoing. I have a clear heart set that's ongoing. And I'm also taking care of my health set, okay? And of course my business set. However, the missing link here is really taking a look at on what's real, what's important, because health can be taken away from you.
Yeah.
Your mindset can be taken away from you. Your relationship can be taken away. Your business can be taken away from you. So what is real, what is important, what is authentic, that can never be changed, that can never be taken away from you, is actually what you call your soul set. Being able to just connect to that source, connect to the spirit, connect to the soul, and have that real in your life, real authentic. That means it's internal work,
Yeah.
a lot of internal work. And the moment I started going internally, going deep, you cannot just imagine how much it expanded, it exploded all areas of my life.
Mm.
Effortless.
Yeah. What, Coach, what exactly happened? Anong nangyari? Paano ka, why did you start this journey of taking care of the soul set? Like, what happened?
I think in life, the purpose of life is number one, to create. That's why I like this. It's
Co-create.
co-create. However, don't just create.
Mm.
You need to go to expand.
Mm.
Then you expanded. But the expansion should also go to a certain degree of transformation. That means you evolve.
Mm.
But here's the thing, I have evolved and sat there, rest on my laurels. But here's the thing, you still don't know what's in store for you in the next 30, 40, 50 years of your life. But you sit there, do nothing, and you feel you got it all, you're missing out a lot.
Yeah.
So, which means personally, your creator is preparing you to your next level. But
Yeah.
if you're just happy and sitting down, no matter what, he's gonna do anything and everything to beautifully distract what you build.
Yeah.
And therefore, the last here is destruction. That you need to start appreciating the things that you build
Mm.
and believe that when you let it go, something you will emerge.
Mm.
And it's really understanding that my last and final journey, and I think this is the only journey that I want to start working on permanently. I can do without growth mindset, but my spiritual set or my soul set is something that I intentionally work, that allowed me to, yeah, create something. And the thing around where I'm at right now, Alec, if everything is taken away from me right now, no fear, no doubt, no worry. In fact, I'll celebrate more. I'll be excited more because I know I'm ready to receive what's in store for me that I don't know yet.
Yeah. Coach, question. Do you think that, or do you believe that now you can take care, or like you can let your soul set be the start of, or parang be the forefront of your decision making, because you took care of like all the other things? Or would you say that if you prioritize soul set right now, everything else will follow?
Yes. Yes. Kumbaga, para sa akin, Alec, rekta na.
Mm.
Bakit pa natin paikot-ikuti? I'll give you an example, no? I know somebody who got sick, who went to all the doctors, went abroad, walang findings. Next thing that I found out, no, so he went to a different albularyo,
Mm.
did everything and anything, nothing happened. So when we started talking about, I said, why don't you go straight to the ultimate healer? How do you do that? Okay, you sit down, close your eyes, and ask your healer, what is it that you want me to learn about myself that is showing up in my body? The moment you release that part of who you are not that you've been carrying, automatic,
Mm.
he got healed.
Mm.
So which means if I were to ask you, Alec, in the past, if you got yourself in trouble, what do you normally do?
I pray.
Right. Good for you because you pray right away. But
Yeah.
most people, their last resort is prayer.
They
But
try to
here's the
solve it.
thing,
Yeah, they're on
the
their own.
prayer that we all know is, Lord, beckon a man.
Ah.
Sige na, Lord, please. I'm sorry, but my God is not a tanga God that He knows what I want. I don't even have to beg for it. I don't have to ask for it because, again, this is what I believe. Anything and everything that I want in my life, how big it is, how small it is in quality and quantity, He's able and willing to give it right here, right now. How come I'm not having it?
Yeah.
Because two things. Number one, maybe I have not been responsible in my past choices that He wants me to start taking care of my responsibility.
Mm.
Just like, I'll give you some example,
Yeah.
right? You got yourself in trouble of the finances simply because you were in a hurry,
Yeah.
which means that amount of money that you want is already prepared for you, except you did not wait for it to be given,
Mm.
but kinuha mo.
Yeah.
What's a metaphor here? Example, birthday mo today.
Yeah.
And the moment you woke up, okay, gutom ka, and then you saw there a box and say, do not touch. Please do not touch. What will you do? You
Don't
touch it.
touch it.
And you saw, happy birthday, Alec. We love you. Because sobrang gutom ka, what do?
I eat it.
And then only to find out thousands of people are waiting outside for that surprise, and you ruin the surprise. Why? You did not wait for it to be given.
Yeah.
You get it on your own
Yeah.
by desperation, by hunger, not knowing that in everything that you do, you need to prepare your vessel. You are a vessel that when the vessel is ready, the light of the Creator, the light of God, will just show up and it will be handed to you
Yeah. Easily. Effortlessly.
effortlessly.
Yeah. Ang ganda nun, coach. So, one of the what I got from that is that people don't get what was promised to them or what's already in store for them because they're rushing.
Exactly. Example, always say people, do you like to own a jet plane and yacht?
Yeah.
Right? What if ibibigay ngayon? Saan may parada? Saan? Di ba? Napaka-ambisyoso mo, hindi ka naman pala handa.
Mm.
Okay lang mag-ambisyon, pero kailangan paghandaan mo.
Yeah.
That's why it's a sad fact that, every day I get to speak 5 to 10 business owners, and 99% of them are in a state of stress, anxiety, overwhelmment.
Yeah.
Why? Because of, again, personal branding,
Mm.
right? They exploded, they expanded their business because, again, they're now available online,
Yeah.
right? So let's say their restaurant is for, let's say, 500 people. Because they're now online, they need to cater to 5,000 people.
Yeah. The
And they
demand.
want to get it all.
Huh.
So what will happen? Yes, you may get the 5,000 people, but what tends to happen to you is you and your teams get too overwhelmed.
Mm. Yeah. Then you get tired, then you burn out. But coach, one thing that you do, I mean, I've known you for 3 years, and some of the stories that you shared to me was that you're receiving the blessings like that, like in a snap,
Instant.
instant. And but you're also mentioning now that there is like that, nakahanda na, receive ka na. But then for you, I could say that when you want something, you get it. Like, how do you balance that, or is there a, I don't know, is there a way for us to be in a different frequency where we could receive faster, we get the blessings faster? I mean, it sounds like na medyo I'm in a hurry, but also, I mean,
Why
I could
not?
see you. I could see
Why
from you.
not?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give you my 3 steps formula. Number 1, feel good no matter what.
Mm.
Umulan, bumagyo, bumaha, may pera or wala, anything and everything that you're not getting yet, feel good no matter what. Because when you feel good, you feel God. Because why? God is good. Simple. Which means you are in full alignment, you're in full frequency, you're in full vibe, you're in full connection to the source.
Mm.
And how do we feel good no matter what? Be unconditionally happy and grateful.
Mm.
Unconditional. So that's the feeling.
Yeah.
So manifestation or blessing or law of attraction can only work when your ultimate number one priority is to stay connected to the source.
Mm.
So, for instance, the frequency of the source is this one. So, your job here is just to align. But the moment it's traffic, no, okay? Dikit ka lang. The moment you have an opposite emotion of feel good, you feel bad, you are actually detaching yourself from the source. And the faster you stay in the drama, in the justification, the excuse, the blame, the anger, the guilt, and the shame, notice how far you are with where you want to go. And your job here is just to be in full alignment with the source. That's number one. And of course, easier said than done. How to
Mm.
be stay
Like,
always happy and grateful.
yeah.
Of course, it's so hard when number one, you don't have a clear heart. And most probably, the most important work you need to do here for number one is to heal your past traumas,
Mm.
to heal that inner child, to look at the past experience, all the traumas as part of a big game. Look at it from an adult point of view.
Yeah.
That number one, past is past. You cannot undo it. Number two, people who took care of us, especially parents, all they know is that they wanted to love you. They wanted to take care of you, but you know what? They don't know how. Hurt people. And we carry that, right? And number three, okay, the unconditional love of God has always been there, but we don't feel it because we look at our parents as a representation of our God. So that's the
Mm.
first step. That's the most important step, that when you start healing your inner child, life will be easier and better. Uh, If I may ask you, how was it being, I can still remember, it was in Tagaytay, the first time I met you. You did your inner child healing first time. How was it?
Yeah. I think coming out of that seminar, the only and it was the highlight, like really healing that inner child. There was this one exercise that after we did that, it was supposed to be something that allowed me to reframe my past, but it helped me more than that. What happened to me was that I remembered that I was a beautiful creation of God. So parang that was the shift for me. And it was through the exercise of reframing how my past
Yeah.
went, and my relationship with my
And
parents as
and
well.
if I may ask you, from that time on, how fast did allow you to
Oh my
create
gosh.
your dream life that you cannot even imagine? Seriously, Alec, the reason I was so emotional is because another evidence that I see that it's all possible. I mean, we just talk about Jed, who's only 21,
Yeah.
who's living the life.
Yeah.
That time freedom is there,
Yeah.
financial freedom is there, fulfillment is there at 21. That was fast, simply because he underwent, again, inner child healing,
Yep. Yep.
which not a lot of people have that access. Not
Yeah.
a lot of people are even aware that their inner child is in pain, the trauma that we carry as a little child. We carry all of this. How do we know that people do have trauma? Okay, the moment you're offended with people, okay, that's not about what they say about you, but what's the inner child's wanting for acceptance, wanting for love, wanting for all of this did not show up. Because the moment your inner child is healed, when you hear something that you don't like, all right, sure,
Mm.
it doesn't affect you anymore. And yet, if I may ask you, how many people, maybe in their 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, they're really living the life that they want? How many percent?
I'm not sure, coach.
Okay, for me, out of 10, it's 9.5, 9.6. It's not living the life that they want.
Not.
Why? Because they're not aware. They still care their past
Yep.
in their present. And that's why they cannot move forward. But again, they're not aware. That's why we have something like this, to let people aware that you cannot move forward not unless you stop carrying those resentment, those resistance, those revenge, those things that's holding you back. from living a happy,
Yeah.
fulfilled life. I think that's the first step. Heal your past.
Yeah.
Now, however, you need to start maintaining your present moment
Mm-hmm.
because in the end, there's too much negativity in the world. Whether you like it or not, you cannot just put out there positive thinking.
Mm-hmm.
It's really starting to understand that in the end, all of the energy that's thrown out to you, you carry it.
Yeah.
Especially you, especially I, we're out here. We say a lot of things that people don't like,
Yep.
and we might have hurt them.
Mm-hmm.
And there are also things that I may not be aware
Yeah.
that I'm also being hurt by them because they start bashing me.
Mm-hmm.
So you need to start to clear that away every day to maintain.
Yeah.
And how do I maintain? Because you know me, I immediately forgive,
Yeah.
right? And then my maintenance before I sleep, one prayer I have is may all beings, visible or invisible, who might have hurt me, I'm offering forgiveness.
Mm.
May all beings, visible or invisible, whom I might have hurt, I'm asking for forgiveness.
Mm.
So can you imagine every day I just release all of this energy that I receive, energy that I throw away, that I always show up in the world whole,
Uh-huh.
happy, excited. I don't keep anything
Yeah.
because again, I start taking care of my past trauma, start releasing my present, I should say, negative energy, so I can always move forward in my life.
Mm.
And that's how you start being unconditionally happy and grateful no matter what. Release your baggages.
Mm.
Number two, being able to also practice modalities that will allow you to maintain it. Kailangan may maintenance,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yep.
And the most important maintenance I have here is the power of 1 hour or more meditation every day. Because when I sit down and close my eyes, okay, I'm going from the conscious, subconscious. And in my subconscious, that is where all the things that I might not have dealt and clean in the past, it just surfaces. And I don't know if you notice, have you done your 1 hour meditation in the past?
In the past,
Yeah. All
yes.
right. Did you notice you're more compassionate,
Yeah.
you're kinder, and you're not
Don't react.
easily disturbed with the things you're supposed to be disturbed with?
Yeah.
That will maintain you.
Mm.
That will allow you to be in full frequency.
Yep.
Last but not the least, to be unconditionally happy and really grateful no matter what is your extreme self-care.
Mm-hmm.
Because you cannot be happy and grateful. Kulang ka ng tulog, Alec. Iinit talaga ang ulo mo. You cannot be happy and grateful not unless you start moving your body.
Yeah.
I can honor the temple of the Holy Spirit. That's what we call extreme self-care. OA kung OA. But that's the way I maintain and sustain and nurture myself to
Mm.
really acknowledge that divinity in me, that all I need to do is to connect with that. And the way I connect with that is to really take care of the divine, the divinity within.
Yeah.
And that is the first formula. Feel good
Good
no
no matter what.
matter what.